Imagine for a moment that you could get up every time you fell. No matter how many times life knocks you down, you always find the strength to continue. Sounds impossible? The ancient Stoic philosophers proved that it isn't. Today you're going to discover 12 powerful lessons that will teach you to never give up, even when everything seems lost. If you're ready to transform your mind and your life, stay with me until the end. There was a young woman named Anna, passionate about music since childhood. Her dream was to learn guitar, but her family faced financial difficulties and couldn't afford lessons. One day, after months of saving coins, Anna managed to buy a used guitar, marked by time and with worn strings. For many, it was just an old object. For her, it was a symbol of hope. In the beginning, the sounds were strange, the notes out of tune. Neighbors laughed, some said, "Give up, this isn't for you." But Anna didn't give up. Every day after work, she sat on the porch and practiced. Was it raining? She practiced. Was she tired? She practiced. Every mistake was a lesson, every callus on her fingers was proof that she was progressing. Months later, an opportunity came up, to play at a small event at the local school. Nervous, Anna went on stage. When she began to play, it wasn't a perfect song, but it was full of emotion. Every chord carried effort, patience, and courage. When she finished, silence filled the room. Then came the applause. Some cried. Anna smiled and said, "I learned that giving up is easy, but continuing, even when everything seems impossible, is what transforms us." This story reflects something we've all felt: the struggle against difficulties, criticism, and a lack of resources. And it reveals the essence of Stoicism. Strength doesn't lie in avoiding falls, but in getting up every single time. Lesson 1: the strength of discipline. The first lesson is simple yet powerful. Discipline is freedom. Many believe they need motivation to act, but motivation is unstable. It comes and goes like the wind. If you rely on it, you'll be dragged by your changing mood. Discipline, on the other hand, is steady. It's doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Think about this. Every daily habit is a brick in the construction of your inner fortress. Reading a few pages, organizing your space, taking care of your body, each seems small, but together, they create an unshakable foundation. The Stoics knew that those who master themselves are truly free, because if you don't control your impulses, you become their slave. Question for you: how many times have you failed to act simply because you didn't feel like it? And what if, starting today, you choose to act even without motivation? Write in the comments, "Discipline makes me invincible." Lesson 2: the value of adversity. Adversity is that unwanted visitor who knocks on our door at the worst moments. But the Stoics taught us something powerful. Adversity is not an enemy, it's a teacher. When everything is easy, we don't grow. It's in difficulty that we discover who we truly are. Think about it. Iron only becomes strong after facing fire. In the same way, our character strengthens when we face challenges. How many times have you gone through something that seemed impossible, and looking back realized you came out stronger? Next time life places an obstacle in your path, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every problem carries a lesson. Every fall is an invitation to rise with greater wisdom. Lesson 3: mastering the mind. The greatest battle doesn't happen outside, it happens inside us. The mind is like a garden. If you don't care for it, weeds take over. The Stoics said, "It is not things that disturb us, but the opinions we have about them." How many times have you suffered over something that didn't even happen? Fear creates imaginary scenarios that paralyze us. But here's the truth. You don't control everything, but you do control your thoughts. To master the mind is to choose which ideas deserve space. It's refusing to let negative thoughts settle in as permanent guests. Want a simple exercise? When a destructive thought appears, ask, "Does this depend on me? Is this real or just imagination?" If it doesn't depend on you, let it go. If it's imagination, discard it. Lesson 4: the power of patience. We live in an age of hurry. We want everything now. But nature teaches us, nothing great is built overnight. An oak tree takes years to grow. A river takes centuries to carve a stone. Why do you think your dreams should happen in weeks? Patience isn't waiting passively. It's waiting while taking action without despair. It's trusting the process. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, care for it, and wait. That's how life's projects work. Write in the comments. Patience is my strength, and it guides me to success. Lesson 5. The importance of the present. How often do you find yourself stuck in the past or anxious about the future? The past is gone. The future doesn't exist yet. The only real moment is now. The Stoics said, "Do not waste your life on useless worries." When you live in the present, anxiety loses its power because it grows from resisting what is happening now. A simple question: what can I do today to improve my life? Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Lesson 6. Silence is refuge. We live surrounded by noise, opinions, notifications, demands, but in silence we find clarity. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's choosing not to react impulsively. It's saving energy for what truly matters. When you learn to listen more and speak less, you discover things that noise hides. The Stoics said, "If what you are about to say is not better than silence, remain silent." Lesson 7. Virtue as a guiding star. When everything falls apart, what keeps you standing? Your values. Virtue is the lighthouse that guides you through the storm. Honesty, justice, integrity. These are the armors that protect you from moral surrender. It's useless to conquer the world if you lose your dignity. The greatest defeat is betraying yourself. The Stoics believed that true glory lies in doing what is right, even when no one is watching. Write in the comments. My compass is virtue, and I will never abandon my path. Lesson 8. Transforming pain. Suffering is inevitable. We all face losses, frustrations, and painful moments. But the Stoics taught something powerful. What matters is not what happens to you, but what you do with it. Pain can be a weight that paralyzes you or a fuel that drives you forward. Think of the great moments in your life. How many of them were born after difficult times? When you choose to learn from pain, it stops being an enemy and becomes a teacher. Every scar tells a story of resilience. Every tear can water a new strength. Don't fight pain with resentment. Use it as a tool to grow. Ask, what can this teach me? Lesson 9. Clarity of purpose. Without purpose, any obstacle feels insurmountable. It's like sailing without a compass. Any wind will knock you down. Purpose is what makes you get up when everything tells you to quit. It's the why that gives meaning to the how. Think of someone running a marathon. If they don't have a strong reason, they'll stop at the first kilometer. But someone who runs for something greater, health, achievement, inspiration, keeps going even in pain. Finding your purpose isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Ask, why do I do what I do? What drives me? With clarity, every sacrifice becomes an investment. Every fall becomes part of the journey. Lesson 10. Inner fortress. True strength isn't in the muscles, but in the mind. It's the calm that remains even when everything falls apart. The Stoics said, nothing external can harm you unless you allow it. Inner strength is knowing that even without controlling the world, you control your reaction. It's maintaining peace when results don't come, when criticism appears, when life feels unfair. How do you build this? With discipline, reflection, and conscious choices. Every time you choose calm over anger, you strengthen your inner walls. Write in the comments, my inner fortress makes me invincible. Lesson 11. Learning from failure. Failure isn't the end, it's part of the path. Every mistake is a map showing where to improve. The Stoics saw failure as training for the soul. It teaches humility, patience, and courage. The problem isn't falling, it's not wanting to get up. Those who learn from failure become stronger than those who never made mistakes. Don't confuse failure with identity. Failing doesn't make you a failure, it makes you human. Lesson 12. Active hope. Hope is not waiting while sitting still. It's acting with the belief that effort pays off. The Stoics didn't dream of miracles. They worked for the best, prepared for the worst. Active hope is adjusting your sails even when the wind doesn't help. It's continuing the journey even without seeing the horizon. Every step counts. Every day is an opportunity. If you've made it this far, you've already taken a huge step. You chose to learn not to give up. Now imagine applying these 12 lessons to your life. Imagine the strength you will build. Life won't be easier, but you will be stronger. Write in the comments, "My inner strength is greater than any fall." And before you go, like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This helps us keep creating content that transforms lives. See you in the next video. Until then, never give up.